Hello, and thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Mike Tellerito, CEO of K9 for Veterans. Tonight, I have a really great guest. His name is Jake. Jake is a Air Force veteran of 8 years. Jake has a story that I think he'd really like to share with us, and I'm going to let Jake start out by just giving us a little background about his military and life after the military. Go ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am an 8 year Air Force veteran out of McConnell Air Force Base, Kansas, and St. Louis Air Force Base. Was stationed in Iraq, Afghanistan, Ayutthaya, and Qatar. And after that, went to the reserve life out of St. Louis Air Force Base, where I worked jet engines. I got out in 2012, and in 2023, found out I had PTSD and went through the Road Home program and followed up with that with Wounded Warriors and Deloitte Supports and my Army female companion, and was later found out that I was able to start going through my service connections for the PAC Act as well. So now I'm trying to start. Go ahead.
Tell us a little bit about the Road Home program. That was the first program you entered, correct?
Correct.
Tell
I
us more.
did cognitive processing therapy with the Road Home program, and that made me understand how to acknowledge my PTSD and get through the motions of my anxiety and depression and what
You
I was
know,
actually.
we worked with the Road Home program, and they had a program a few years back where they were providing service dogs to their veterans, and we were their service dog provider. So, I mean, I know the program. It's a great program. I highly recommend it to anybody that is in need of help. And what I think I like best about the Road Home program is they treat the whole person. Okay, and they'll treat the entire family. If your wife
I
is
believe.
having issues with because of your PTSD, and a lot of wives will develop a secondary PTSD from being their caregiver to their husband. Now, your wife is probably the exception to the rule because she was in the served in the army for 3 years. So you're fortunate to have someone by your side who truly
Most definitely.
understands, number one, what you went through in the military, and two, what it's like to have PTSD. So kudos to your wife for being there for you, because that has got to be such a blessing and such a help to have someone like her at your side to help you with your struggles and stuff. So,
Yes, most
um,
definitely.
so then you went through the road. Have you been treated at the VA for anything? For
Yes, I've gone through mental health, primary care, and also social work, and then psychology as well,
how
and
did you
treatment.
how did you come about getting a service dog?
I was actually at a Canines for Veterans event,
War Dogs.
or War Dogs.
A War Dogs
War
breakfast at a
Dogs
VFW.
breakfast at VFW in Rockford,
No, I think it was in Woodstock,
Woodstock.
and we were talking to the founder, or not the founder. We were talking
Oh,
to
okay.
the president of War Dogs.
It was over the winter time.
It was actually Colleen.
Colleen.
We were talking to Colleen, and she walked up to the other man and said that you needed a service dog now.
Yeah.
So.
This was
They
when I
are.
was going through my ultimate PTSD attack.
Right.
Yeah, we work with War Dogs a lot. They do a lot of benefits for us where they help to raise money so we could provide another service dog to a veteran. I can't thank them enough for what they've done for us in the past. And by introducing us to you, it just goes to show what a great combination the two of our organizations working together can accomplish. Because
Most
by
definitely.
reaching out to other veterans like yourself, I mean, by you talking to other veterans and letting them know, number one, the type of treatment you've been through and how it helped you progress, and then tell
Yes.
them what your service dog, Scooby, and I love that name, Scooby, what I always think of Scooby Doo when I
Yep.
hear Scooby's name.
Yeah,
Yep.
we have a couple of themes in the house, including cups and mugs that are sort of tailored
Scooby
to him
Dooby.
so far.
Yeah.
So these service dogs, and I'm going to let you tell us because I could sit here and talk all day long about what it's like to have a service dog and what they could do for you. But I think it's better if it comes from a veteran who's been through it and has a service dog. So why don't you give us a little background on how Scooby has helped you?
He has helped me get over most of my anxiety. However, like the way he helps me the most is providing pressure to my feet at night, or can tell when I'm spun up. When I start to get over anxious or over stressed, he's right there by my side, and he's able to notice so far, as well as where his home is. I've actually had to train him in different forms so that he understands the way things are going to be around a cat, because we had a cat when we moved in, and as he came into the household, he was around the cat, and they started to fight over things, so we've had to move things around and reorganize so that he is able to have his own domain versus fighting over the cat.
I think the most important thing, Michael, is that Scooby knows when Jake needs him, and he applies pressure to him, which calms Jake down.
That's amazing.
He's like a living weighted blanket.
That's a kind of benefit that you get from having your service dog, and knowing that Scooby's there for you. That's got to be a relief in itself. If you're going to have, a PTSD episode, Scooby's going to there to bring you back to the present time rather than drifting off to what I call the bad place. So, and even with sleep deprivation, a lot of our veterans have that, and they're afraid to go to sleep because they don't want to go to, again, that bad place. And having a service dog there with them, okay, they know that if they do go to sleep and they go to that bad place, they're not going to be there long because their service dog is going to see the anxiety that they're experiencing, and they're going to wake them up from that and bring them back.
I've seen Scooby do that to Jake.
Say, how can you put a price on something like that? These dogs, again, are a true gift. So you've had Scooby now. You've had Scooby now how long?
2 months, almost 3.
Yeah, almost 3 months.
And it's made a drastic change in your life, I'm taking.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a huge change, and a couple of people have mentioned to me so far that they've seen a huge change.
Has it affected your family life?
I would say to a degree, just because my daughter hadn't been used to it in the beginning, but now she's getting more used to it.
Right. We had to teach the kids that Scooby's not just a pet dog. He's a medical equipment for Jake, so they understand they can't just run up and hug on him. He'll let them, but that's not his purpose.
Well, that's, I talk to a lot of veterans that when they first get the service dog, it actually brings their family closer together. And that's another game changer for the veteran.
I would definitely agree, because when we went to the Catfish Days parade, it brought the family together for that.
Yeah, we all were there.
So that's something that you could share together.
Most definitely.
Right now, your wife's first name, and I apologize.
Cora.
We're not married yet, but soon to be.
It's okay though. You might as well just say it.
Yeah, Cora. Cora.
Yeah.
You got a great man, and obviously, Jake, you got a great woman because she's there by your side and sees you through all your episodes and everything you're going through. You can't get luckier than that. It's a good woman. So God bless her. Tell us a little bit back. You recently, and this is what I found. Even with your PTSD, with all the trauma you've been through, and everything else, God knows, what you're going through now. You found it within you to start your own company.
Yes, sir.
How did that come? Where did that come from?
I've had a passion for computers since I was a kid. I literally built one when I was in high school, and then built another one when I was in my own first and only marriage. And I went back to college for it in 2016 and got my network system administration degree. But as I went through 3 inpatient hospitalizations, I came about the realization that I needed to do something for myself. So in 2019, when I was hospitalized at Lovell, I was then discharged, and my ex-wife ended up leaving me there. So when I came out of it, I ensued and started my own company as Sinister Fixer back then in 2019, and just kept pushing the envelope with it every year. So, I mean, I'd have clients out in the McHenry County area that wanted help with IT or computers that they had laying around that weren't able to be used. And I would literally take them to the house or have them drop them off and be able to troubleshoot or repair or reinstall the operating system. And now that we've progressed to 2023, I got the realization that working from home and the PTSD with working with another company that I had downtown that got rid of me, I needed to focus elsewhere. So that perpetuated me to start a new business name and then start pushing a new type of repair. So, I mean, I moved out of the McHenry County area and then moved down to DuPage and started to push other services for that company, such as home security or cameras or
So you do that all.
streaming.
So
Yes.
if somebody has a home security system they want you to hook up, you could do that.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. And as well as fix a computer.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Fix
My
an
computer
iPad,
skills-
fix the head beats or beats.
my
Yeah,
Yeah, like
computer-
I've fixed everything from Beats headphones down to, I'd say,
Setting up a garage,
yeah,
automatic
setting up
door opener on a
automatic
phone.
garage doors. Anything really technology other than
that's great.
iPhones, I haven't really got into too much yet.
Like we have a camera set up on Scoob. We can watch him whenever we're not home to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, I've got one in my house, in my garage. I got the Ring doorbell, and I
Yeah.
can see all of them from my phone. And sometimes they make me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It depends on how much activity my neighbors have going on, and I constantly
Right.
get that alert that someone's at your front
They need
door.
to adjust
you
it
know.
settings.
Yeah, so but they're a great thing to have, especially when you have a
Yeah.
dog. So
Right.
if
Yes.
somebody was interested in, like, a lot of computers have viruses.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, so if somebody has a really bad virus on their computer and it's just freezing up, it's not doing what it's supposed to do, could they bring that to you and have you take that virus off there and whatever they do to make it better?
Yes, most definitely. What I would do is malware removal or an operating system refresh, or if they were trying to save all their files, I would probably remove the hard drive, copy over the file contents, and then rebuild the operating system outside.
So they wouldn't lose anything that way and
No,
still be able to get their computer running like it should.
right.
Okay, do you have a website yet? A Facebook
I
page?
do. I do. You can reach me at syntechvet.online.
Spell that out. Will you put that on the comment? We're going to post this on K9 and on Operation Honors page and our YouTube page. But can
Okay.
you put in the comments section when it's all over, can you put your contact information in there? Whether you want to put your cell phone, your website, your
Yeah.
email, whatever you want to put in there, so people would know how to contact you. Because I'm a computer idiot. My knowledge about computer inner workings is I know where the on and off button is. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
I
No,
know
that's literally what my post commander at the VFW said to me the other day. He's like, you got to make it to where it's like a computers for dummies sort of deal.
Yeah.
like making it look like you can fix it all, and you got to aim it that way. But
Zach,
I will most definitely provide my details after this.
Jake, where do you see yourself going with this? Obviously, you want to make this a full-time job.
Well, I'm going to make it a full-time job for the community, but as far as that, I want to grow it to the degree that I would make it more money in it. Like, I hadn't had that many clients back in the day, and now that I've been promoting it for the last, like, 3 months, I'm starting to grow more clients out.
Right. But his ultimate dream, Michael, is to have an actual storefront where people can come in, drop equipment off. He could go to their home if need be, or he can remotely go into your computer and fix your issue.
That I like that, and speaking of that, these scams that are out there are unbelievable. I got an email and it said that I had some kind of issue with one of my websites that I belong to, and they said, so I called the number like a freaking idiot. I got this guy on the phone, and it just didn't sound right. And all of a sudden he says, well, are you at your computer? I said, well, no, right now. And I was, but I said, no, not right now. He says, well, I'll call you in an hour, because I told him to be at my computer in an hour. He says, I'm going to send you a link to your email, and I want you to log me onto your computer. So I went, no, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a red flag right there.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because I don't know any website, I mean, that will do that or wants it. And if I do let somebody do that, Jake, I'm going to call their office, whoever I have the account with, to make sure, number one, that it's the right office.
100%.
Because there's so many scams you got to be careful for today. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy.
I literally just shared out a BIPA settlement the other day for a storefront in Westmont where facial recognition has been a lawsuit problem.
Right. Whenever he runs across scams and stuff, he shares it on his site so people are aware.
Oh yeah, this was for PayPal.
Oh,
it says you're having trouble logging onto your account. Then I got another one that says, we can't process, your refund of $135. Yeah, okay.
Listen, right, and they're trying to poke and prod.
They want your credit card.
$135 coming. I would know where it was coming from or what it was for.
Right.
Most definitely.
But that's just crazy. Jake, you are, I don't know, to me, when we were talking about having you on the podcast, so many times we talk about veterans that are going through so much, and to come across a veteran like yourself who served our country for 8 years, come out, you had PTSD, you're still struggling with PTSD, not that it ever goes away completely, but you found a wherewithal within you to go ahead and move forward to do something for yourself, your new family that you're going to be taking on. And I want an invitation to that wedding, by the way.
Of course.
But no, I mean, really, my hat is off to you because, just struggling from the veterans that I deal with every day and their struggles with PTSD. It's hard. It's hard to just get through the day, let alone to take on a challenge like you're taking on right now to start this company for yourself. So, my God, I mean, that is a real success story as far as I'm concerned.
I'm going to tell you a story about today because I had a mini PTSD episode, but Cora was literally in the bathroom and I thought I had taken Scooby out for a walk. And I was out in the laundry room and literally started running around the apartment thinking I lost Scooby, and I hadn't. I walked right back into the apartment and he was sitting right in front of the bathroom door. It's just like, okay, that was enough spin up for me.
And you're going to have those moments, but you, I think, have come such a long way. Now, I've talked to Ken, I've talked to Kate, and they both agreed unanimously that this is a perfect fit for you. That Scooby will make that difference. And the longer you're with Scooby, the more in tune she's going to be with you. And it sounds like she's
100%.
doing a great job for now. So, like I said, I don't know a lot of veterans, and I wish there were more that have been through what you've been through and then have the wherewithal to come out and say, you know what, I got to do something for myself. You know, you could sit there and feel sorry for yourself. You could sit there and take advantage of the VA treatment and just play it off like, hey, well, this is it. This is me. No, you didn't do
Right.
that, Jake. You stood up for yourself
No,
and said, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this happen.
right. I had to for my mental health sake. Yeah.
And your child.
And
And my
again,
child.
you got Cora there, and again, that means so much. And we've talked before, and you've went on and on and on and bragged about Cora and your relationship with her and what it means to you and how
Most
it helped
definitely.
you get through a lot that you've been going through and stuff like that. So God bless you, Scooby. God bless Cora. They're there for you. And not only are they there for you, but Jake, you're there for yourself. You're doing something positive. That's why I call this podcast a veteran success story, because you are a true success story in every sense of the word. And I
I
can't
appreciate
thank you enough for taking control of your life, not depending on anybody else to say, you know, I'm a veteran, I've got PTSD, feel sorry for me, I'm going to take whatever I could take. No, you didn't do that. You stood up for yourself and said, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to make something of myself. I'm going to do something with my life. And you've done it. And you've done it. You're the rock, because you set a perfect example for other veterans to follow
it. Right.
based on what
And
you've been
I
through.
give it to my 8-year-old too, because she noticed the changes in me to understand it a little bit more too. And I had to do the mental health challenge for myself to help her side of the family too.
I mean, again, you I wish other veterans will watch this podcast, and if their only takeaway in this whole podcast is it could be done and they could do it. But they have to have the confidence in themselves, knowing that they could do it like you did. But again, you've got a lot of support, and a lot of our veterans don't have that support.
Right.
I mean, so it's just amazing what the right person in your life could do.
Most definitely.
Okay, it really is. And Cora, obviously, you're that right person. And Scooby, I'm so when you came in the program and War Dogs, because Steve had called me and he said, we've got a veteran that could really use this service dog. I think he'd be a great fit for your program. And I'll do the initial interview over the phone and say, okay, tell me, because I don't want our veterans, even you, to think that this dog is going to cure PTSD, because it's not going to. Okay.
Right.
I just need them to know that this dog is going to help them get through the day like it's helped you. I mean, it's done wonders for you. And
Yes,
so
sir.
your success story, you need to talk to other veterans and let them know that, they're not living the impossible dream. They're doing, you're living proof of that it can be done.
100%.
And so, I mean, so that's the biggest takeaway, that when you're talking to another veteran, and I'm sure you know some veterans that have PTSD, you have to be their voice and tell them, hey, look, if I could do this, you could do this. They
Most
just have to
definitely.
have the confidence in themselves like you did. So again,
Take the step. I agree.
I don't even know what to say other than I'm so proud of you and what you've accomplished, and your mission in life, to take care of your family, to do the right thing, for yourself and for your family. So, tell us, When do I hear these wedding bells? That's maybe I shouldn't ask that. No.
We're,
Or is that
I've known Cora for almost what?
Since 2017.
Yeah, since 2017, and I was hoping for 2024, but we'll see how things go financial wise. But I'm
Right.
hoping to get back to work soon. I literally had a couple positive calls today for a company out of Hanover Park, so I'm excited to find out next week and see when they start.
Why don't you
But
answer
I'm
this
hoping.
guy? This guy that just chimed in, Alex Hall. Alex, we don't do just pups. We'll work and we will find any dog that is going to help you get through the day. Whether it's
100%.
a pup, whether you want a pup, you a large sized dog, medium sized dog, our trainers, and I'm sure Jake will tell you, are amazing. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
after you get into the program, you're going to talk to our trainers. They're going to pick your brain, find out about your lifestyle, what previous experience that you have with other dogs, and what are you hoping this dog could do for you, and you know what do you need help in the most. After we do that, then our trainers will go out and they'll search just for that right dog for you. So no, you need.
I will fully agree with that.
Alex, if you're interested in a service dog, all you got to do is go to our website, and I'm going to give it out right now. It's the letter K, the number 9, the letter S, the letter D.org, K9SD.org. And at the top of that page, there's a service dog application. Just fill it out to the best of your ability, and either Ken or I will give you a call to do a very informal interview with you. Alex, just still active, and the requirement for me to get a dog before I get out is that it has to be fully trained and certified. No, that's the only issue that we have. Our veterans train with the dog. It's like going through boot camp 101. Giving someone a fully trained service dog just doesn't do any justice to them or the dog. You know, it does. You don't know how to keep the dog tuned up. And
I will definitely agree with that. I learned more at my last training session than I'd known in the past.
Yeah, and going through the training with your dog, one-on-one with your dog, the bond that you form becomes even stronger.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have guys after a couple months, of training, I'll walk in and they'll be going, you know, my dog's better than your dog. My dog could do this better than your dog. And it's fun to watch the competition between these veterans that, you know, 2 months ago, they're like, huh, what am I doing here? You know, but
Right.
after a while, and they're also meeting other veterans that, you know, they're going through the same thing. So they form a really good bond with other veterans.
Yes.
And that in itself is a big, you know, I'm going to have you come out and talk at some of our engagements.
Most definitely.
I think you'd be a great inspiration to other veterans to let them know that there is help out there. And Alex, I do remember meeting you at the War Dogs charity when they had the check presentation and the bike run. So, you know, I wish I could say that we can give you a fully trained service dog, but that's just not the way the program works. I'm sure there maybe are some organizations out there that will do that, but to us, it just doesn't really benefit the veteran like it should. So, guys, I want to thank you for being my guest tonight. Jake, one more time, I really want to help promote your business. If you'll send me the link in an email with a brief description, I'm going to put it on our website with a link to your website. Okay. And if anybody has any questions, if anybody has any questions, they can get in touch with you and find out, you know, how you could help them and their issues with their computer. Alex just said, totally understand. I will talk to my public, see what I can do or do not. I'm going to try to come out to the ride tomorrow as well. That Alex, if you can make it out there, please do, because I'd like to talk to you about a way getting around with your commander about having not a fully trained service dog. We could work that out. So if you can make it out to the ride tomorrow, please come out and ride. Again, I can't thank you enough for sharing your story.
I can't thank you enough for having me on the podcast.
I'm so grateful for War Dogs Charity. They have become such a huge partner with Canine. They sponsored like 3 or 4 dogs from the money that they've raised to support a dog like they did for you.
That's so awesome.
That is so. When they say War Dogs Charity Riders, that's exactly what they do.
Yes, sir.
So, I can't thank them enough for introducing you and I together. And I'm so proud of you. I really am. And your story, I'm going to share this as many places as I can. People need to know who you are, and they need to know what you can do to help them. So just keep fighting that good fight, buddy, because you got me. I'm in awe. Your success story is literally amazing. And again, Reggie Latuca, our vice president, when she met you and the dogs and stuff like that, she just said, this is going to work. And it has worked. It's really good. We got another, I think I'll hit you up when we see writing out where from. I'll hit you up and see when you're writing out from where. Well, okay, we're going to be at the Shanahan State Park right off of Route 6, Shanahan, Illinois. So if you were, lineup starts up at 9, kickstands up at 11. Jake, if you're not doing anything, bring you and your family out there just to say hi and meet other veterans and just talk to them, let them know what you're about. Joe, 0730, he's going to leave. I guess, Joe, I'm not going to be there at 7:30. Reggie Latuca, our vice president, she is so impressed with you and Scooby. She was, when we were talking about doing the podcast today, all she could do was smile.
She
really,
a very awkward lady.
The whole team. Our trainers, our assistant trainers, our office people that work behind the scenes. I got to tell you, they're remarkable. I've worked with a lot of other volunteer. I volunteered for a lot of other organizations, and I have never, ever been so impressed with the core of volunteers that we have. And I'm not here blowing smoke on Canine. It's just that I want the veterans out there that are listening to understand that our veterans and our trainers and our personnel, it's all 101% about our veteran. We will do whatever we can to make our program work for them. Kim Ansa, stay strong. You're doing amazing.
Thank you, Tim.
And Tim, Reggie Latuca. Tim said Reggie Latuca is about. Oh, I'll never hear the end of this now.
She is. I had to contact her today about our apartment complex because they were asking again about Scooby.
Right.
Did you get that taken care of for you?
I believe so. If not, I've got paperwork ready for her.
If not, believe me, she's all over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's our pit bull. She will not let anything get by her. Believe me, she will fight to the bitter end for all our veterans. I mean, she doesn't know how to give up. Okay.
Nope.
So that's amazing. Reggie took another one.
Yes.
Okay. Go Reggie.
I have to say Michael's the best. He got Jake hooked up with Scoob.
Yeah. Definitely.
Listen, again, I want to thank you for being my guest tonight. Cora, you're a great lady.
Yes,
You're a good lady. You've done so much for your man. God bless you. God bless the both of you. And listen, Jake, keep up that good fight because you're doing.
Most definitely,
I
Michael.
mean, you're doing amazing. Amazing. You really
I
are.
appreciate it.
Like I said, this is going to be live right on the Canine page right after we hang up. So go
Awesome.
put your contact information, your phone
Yep.
number, your website, whatever you want to do to have people reach out to you. And you could share this on your Facebook page. You could
Okay.
put it on your wherever you want to put it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
guys.
Yep.
God bless you
Most
and thank you.
definitely.
Have a great night. And we'll do this again.
Great.
We're
Thank
gonna
you,
do
Michael.
Thank you,
We're
Michael.
going to do this again when you open your store.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds great.
We'll do a live
We'll have you guys
broadcast
come
on my
out.
show.
No, we'll do an event
Okay,
in the
guys?
parking lot.
Sounds good.
Yep. Guys, take care of yourself. We'll
Awesome.
talk soon.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you, Michael.